They're older guys. They don't need the work that the younger guys need. So it's been really good to have them here because they're working really hard.
Coach Mullen said the fact that Damian had played a couple of games before. I mean, everybody early season's asking why you playing a true guy. I said now it shows why you got to have a guy ready. So the stage wasn't too big for him in the Alabama game.
No, it wasn't. He came in. I had a long conversation with him before the game. I said, Damian, do you realize you're one play away from playing? And, he kind of laughed at me. It came to fruition. The joke really came true. I told him, and he handled it really well when he went in. But it's so hard. Some kids can and some kids can't. And, you learn about them as they get in the game. They don't understand. They come from high school where they're the best players on the team and they do really well and they don't really have to study. They don't really have to watch film. They kind of show up and know what to do, where here it's not like that. You better be prepared. You better be mentally know where you're going to throw the ball, where you're going to pull the trigger and know what's going on. And I think that's a big adjustment he's had to make. He's going, holy cow, you're mad at me because I threw the ball a little bit behind him. No joke. If you'd have thrown a little bit in front of him, he would have scored. I mean, it's just a matter of inches. And you've got to understand what a priority is. Some kids have it, some kids don't. And, we're learning a lot more about Damian, but we've been very pleased with his progress. He just needs to keep going.
How big is it to kind of look at that film and show him, you're going up against the #1 defense in the country, and you put this one right on the money against one of the best defenses? How big is that to kind of teach from that moment?
It gives the kid confidence. But again, there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. You did it one time. Come on, dude. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything different, but you got to do it consistently. Do it. And I think that's one thing that's hard for freshmen to learn. Well, I did it. Yeah, you did it one time. We're asking you to do it 100 times. And I think that's the issue that kids don't understand. Well, I did it. Yeah, you did it one time. One time. Is it a fluke or is it going to keep going? And I think that's the hard part with young kids. They can experience success at an early age, gain a lot of confidence and abuse that confidence, or they can have success and work from that success and get better.
The fact that you're still questionable on two of your veteran guys, does that impact how practice is handled? Because normal practice weeks, you're going to do the game plan practice, and now those guys, maybe you can't get quite as many snaps to Damian as you would normally.
Well, again, we got those guys working. Those older guys have been through the program. They understand the protections. They understand the reads. They understand the routes. So it's, their practice is a little bit different with Damian, we kind of throw everything at him and make sure that he understands it. So those other ones, they're going through it, taking practice, taking reps, but they're not obviously taking as much as Damian is.
How much frustration as a freshman, and you don't have that back and forth that you have with Tyler and Dak? Those two guys can come in and say, Coach, I like this. Coach, I don't like that.
Well, part of it with Damian.
He doesn't know what he likes or he doesn't
That's exactly right. You're 100%. I asked him before the Alabama game, what do you like? All of it. That's not going to happen, son. You're going to give me 10 plays. So you're going to give me 10 plays that you want to run. Gotcha, Coach. But he liked them all. But, I mean, it's just like a little kid in a candy store. What do you expect? I like all the candy. You can't eat all the candy. You can only eat so much. Pick the ones you like.
What do you see from Arkansas's defense?
Again, their two defensive ends are flash guys, can really rush the passer. One of them's leading the SEC in sacks. I mean, the inside linebacker, really good player for them. Secondary's good. They move around. They create some problems for you in long yardage situations, and you got to be ready for it.
How much has Tyler and Dak been able to do this week?
They've been doing pretty much. Again, they're sore, but part of being in the SEC, you're sore. I mean, heck, I'm sore.
I was going to ask, how different is it than maybe it was last year, comparing how sore and what they can do?
Well, no, last year they weren't near as beat up as they were this year. Last year they were, ready to go the whole time and ready to go, and it's just one of those years. You endure different things. You're in the SEC. This isn't, I mean, when you get out and you play Alabama, #1 defense in the country, and people like that, it's a pretty tough deal.
Thanks, Larry.